as we kept sending vibrations from her mouth to mine. Vibrations. It's a startling rightness to everything about this moment. We fit one another perfectly. The kiss ends, and I finally let my arms drop back to my sides. Emmy is smiling warmly at me and giggles again. Come on, Hisao, we'd better go see the nurse. Then it happens. She turns to walk. As she turns to begin walking, she gives out a tiny yelp and stumbles forward. Emmy! I lean forward to steady her, notice with some concern that she's favoring the same leg as last night. Your leg! Emmy seems panicked and pushes away from me. It's fine! My expression must seem hurt because she hastens to apologize. Sorry, didn't mean to push you like that. I was just... She stumbles for something to say. It's nothing really. Hey, don't worry about it. She's so flustered. I decide to shrug the whole thing off. No, you shouldn't do that though. This needs to be addressed as how, goddammit. There's a cold feeling in the pit of my stomach now that won't go away. I tried to step in and help her and she pushed me away. Smiling, I shove those thoughts to the back of my mind and concentrate on Emmy. I just don't want you getting hurt, that's all. You don't have to worry about me, honest. I'm fine. Yes, you say that, but I don't believe you. Why won't you tell me what's wrong? It's like she gets offended by me trying to help. What am I supposed to make of that? I'm still trying to sort out what happened on the track as we arrive in front of the nurse's office. Emmy raises her hand to knock, hesitates, and turns to me smiling guiltily. Hey, can you do me a favor? Of course. Can you tell the nurse that I'll see him later? I just remember that I've got some stuff to take care of before class, so I really need to get moving. I peer at her closely as she fidgets under my stare. Yeah, she's clearly just avoiding the nurse. That leg of hers. Well, whatever. I said I'd help, and so I will. But I'll make damn sure she sees the nurse before the day's out. Yeah, okay, I'll let him know. Emmy looks like I've just given her a pony on Christmas. Thank you so much. You're the best, Hisao. I am rewarded for my complicity in her lie by a kiss that makes it all worth it, or so I tell myself. As Emmy heads out of the building, trying hard not to let her limbs show, I knock on the door of the office. Ah, Hisao, come in. I don't see Emmy with you. She's not sick again, is she? From the tone of his voice, I don't think the nurse is expecting me to say, yes, she's ill. She said she'd forgotten to do something, and so she had to skip out, but she'll see you later today. The nurse heaves an exasperated sigh. Honestly, that girl, she's been avoiding me. Yesterday she was in and out of here without even taking off her prosthetics, and now this. Well, at least it's not just me Emmy doesn't want worrying. That's a comfort, I guess. Still, I feel like I should say something about her leg. I said I'd lie for her, but she really needs to see him. Now that you mention it, she was limping pretty badly today, and last night as well. The nurse's eyes narrow at the words last night. And what exactly were you two doing last night? We were, on a date. The nurse raises his eyebrows as if surprised. Really? Interesting. Huh? Oh, nothing. His gaze turns thoughtful, and then he grins at me. You don't think you could somehow use some of that boyfriend charm to get her to come see me today, could you? Of course. I was planning on doing that anyway. I think she's really hurt and just pretending she isn't. Yeah, she does that. Afraid I'll make her stop running. Will you? I don't like to, but if it's bad enough that she's been limping, well, I guess I'll have to see what's wrong for myself before I make that call. I see. Emmy not allowed to run? Perish the thought. I don't know if she'll be able to function without running. No wonder she's reluctant to admit anything's wrong. Well, I'll make sure she sees you. Good. Oh, and before I forget, he grins at me again in what feels like a vaguely threatening manner. Don't forget that I know what medications you're on. You be careful around Emmy, got it? Wow, he looks serious too. Got it. Don't hurt Emmy, wouldn't dream of it. Grand. I'd hate for you to be late, huh? Late, as in late, Hisao Nakai. He frowns briefly, dissatisfied. It sounded better in my head. Well, at any rate, get out of here before you miss your first class. You've got things to do, I'm sure. Shoot! As I leave, I notice the nurse pulling out his phone and dialing a number. Miko, your daughter's been a pain in the ass today again. I better head back to my room, or I really will be late. Hey, wasn't he supposed to check my heart rate? Uh-oh. He's really concerned about her then. Maybe. I don't actually know. The lunch bell sounds, and I bring myself out of stupor I slipped into during the morning classes. My lack of sleep last night, coupled with the increasing pace of this morning's run, has left me a little exhausted. Despite that, I find myself skipping stairs up to the roof. There's a thrill of excitement now, in addition to the pleasure one gets from eating lunch with one's friends. True, both Emmy and Rin are still my friends, but Emmy has become more than that now. Rin is back in her usual spot on the roof, almost as if she'd never been absent. Feeling better, I take it. A raised eyebrow is my reward for speaking. Better than what? better than you felt yesterday? Rin gives my question some serious thought. I'm not sure. I think I might have felt rather good for some of yesterday, but it's all fuzzy. Too much cold medicine? Well, I was asleep, and that usually is pretty good. But I can't remember what it feels like to be asleep because I'm not conscious for it. It's a real problem. Then again, if I knew how good it felt to sleep, I might not sleep anymore. Wait, yeah. But this way I keep trying, so I guess that's how I can keep from being overtired. An eternal mystery to keep you sleeping at night? Maybe mysteries is the wrong word. Intangible might be the proper way to describe it. I see. No, I don't see it all. I have no idea what she's talking about. That's okay, since I rarely do. Do you remember what sleeping feels like? Like yesterday? Do you remember what it felt like sleeping yesterday? Well, I actually couldn't get a lot of sleep yesterday. Maybe that's because you remember subconsciously. Actually, I think I was worrying about Emi. Doesn't Emi worry enough about herself? I hadn't considered that. But it gives me pause. True. But would she ask for help if she needed it? Rin frowns and I raise an eyebrow. Will I get a proper answer? Probably not. Is there something she should be asking for help with? Her leg, for starters. Seems to catch Rin's interest. Leg. It's hurt, but she won't see the nurse about it. Rin shakes her head in disapproval. You have to make her. Like she makes me go to class for her own good. Otherwise she could lose her legs again, and that's just too weird. Losing things twice. Especially if you don't find them again to begin with. Unless prosthetics are the same as finding something. But that's a different kind of loss, isn't it? I think so. I wonder. Wonder what? Emi seems to have snuck up on Rin and I, though Rin doesn't seem especially surprised, which is itself unsurprising, I suppose. Rin manages to sit herself upright quite expertly, throwing her upper body forward and using her momentum to right herself. Your leg, how's it feel? That earns me a frown and a bit of a glare. It's okay, I think. No, not worth worrying about. Tell that to that nurse. He's quite insistent that you visit him, you know. Emi pouts like I've just told her she's been grounded. He worries too much. It's not a big deal, just a little soreness. I tried to resist, rolling my eyes in exasperation. If it's nothing, then you should have no problem seeing him, right? Emi narrows her eyes suspiciously. Did he put you up to this? Well, maybe a little, but that's not the point. I would have reminded you to see him anyway. It would be terrible to see you really hurt and not do anything about it. That would make it worse, and I don't really want to see you hurt, you know? Call me crazy, but I kind of would prefer to see you happy and healthy. With each statement, Emi's frown fades a little more, until eventually she's grinning, albeit a little shyly. Well, if you're going to put it that way, then I guess I'll have to see him. Otherwise, you'll keep worrying, and then I'll never hear the end of it, right? That's right, I'll keep bugging you about it, and that might put a damper on our dates. How's the food, Hisao? Talk to the nurse, Emi. How was your day, Hisao? Talk to the nurse, Emi. Hisao, I think I'm ready to go all the way. Talk to the nurse, Emi. See? It doesn't work that well. Emi giggles at my high-pitched rendition of her own voice and gives me an affectionate shove. My voice isn't that high, jerk. I thought it was pretty accurate. Dead face. Emi and I stare at Rin for a while before I burst into laughter. Emi crosses her arms and huffs, mock offended. You're both jerks. Such vile calumnies from you, young woman. I'm stunned that you would call me, of all people, a jerk. Honestly, I don't know what to think. Emi sticks her tongue out at me. You ass. So, Rin, how's your art club these days? Rin, seemingly as surprised by the sudden change of topic as I am, takes a minute to think before answering. I believe it is okay. Although Nomiya keeps telling me to work harder. But I don't think he understands my methods. He always struck me as slightly creepy. Rin ponders the statement for a while. Never really noticed. But I don't pay much attention to him most days. So maybe that's why. How often do you meet? Thinking of joining Hisao? What? Nah, I've already decided to join a club. Really? Which one? Well, it's not really much of a club, to be honest. Oh, you're joining the tea club. No, I joined the science club. I think. Emi looks highly confused. We have a science club? Not really, it's just me. Hisao. That's not a club, that's sitting in your room reading books. No, it's just me and Matao. I'm just the only student so far. Matao, really? A thought strikes her. Oh, is that what you're talking about yesterday? Your meeting with Matao? Yeah, that was our first meeting, I guess. Emi giggles. Nerd. Hey, I can't help being clever. You know, I could have used your help years ago. You should have had your heart attack earlier in life, Hisao. I laughed and then realized this is probably one of the very rare times I've laughed about my heart attack. Hindsight. Yeah. The ringing of the bell ends our conversation. I guess we better go. And I guess I'd better go because I've been recording for like 5 hours straight. Jesus Christ. Like, holy balls. Alright. Yeah, override it. I don't care. So yeah, I'm gonna reach Penguin 5. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna bed. Jesus Christ. I've been playing this game for too long. Alright. I'll see you guys next time. Later.